President Muhammadu Buhari pledges to bequeath a citizens-led policing system to the nation, declaring that his administration has demonstrated firm commitment towards changing the principle and strategy of policing in Nigeria. The president addressed the passing out parade of 418 officers of the 3rd Regular Cadet Course at the Nigeria Police Academy, Wudil Kanu, where he further explained his directive to the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission on the upward review of police emoluments. In his speech delivered by the Minister of Police Affairs, Megari Dingyadi, the president said a citizens-led policing system informed the approval for the adoption of community policing as the internal security strategy of the country, as well as the approval of funds to support the implementation process.
I've received over the 5 years of your studies at this academy. I have no doubt that you have been appropriately and adequately prepared to go into the field, serve your nation with courage and compassion, and aid the process of restoring stability in our internal security order.
The graduates are reminded of their contributions in complementing government effort at ensuring security. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State has described as false and baseless the rumored killing of about 1,000 cattle by the military in his state. Speaking to newsmen after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari, the governor confirmed that the armed forces and the people of the state are working harmoniously in the task of maintaining peace and security.
Most of our security challenges that we have at the moment are offshoot of what happens in Benue. Even with these 1,000 cows, it's because of the anti-grazing law that took place in Benue. And so some cows were arrested by the livestock guards, from Benue. That led into some problems that they had with the military, and then, of course, a couple of cows, maybe about 100 of them were shot. So we don't have any problem anymore concerning farmer harder crisis in Nasarawa State. Thank God. We also don't have any problem at the moment when it comes to the ethnics between one ethnic group and the other. In all the 13 local government areas, only 1 or 2 local government areas are still having a few problems, and those are the local government areas that have border with Benue. That is the Kiana and part of Doma.
Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State spoke in the same vein, describing the security situation in the country as a challenge, but not insurmountable.
We have managed to see Boko Haram insurgency, for instance, driven down and out in the northeast to a point where they're now running helter-skelter and trying to just create distraction. But that has resulted in one form or another in what we're dealing with in the Northwest. So we need to also tackle that. But as leaders, we must be driven by the courage of our conviction. We must go after the criminals. We must ensure that we apprehend them, and we ensure they face the maximum wrath of the law. That is what governors are doing. That is what the federal government is pursuing, and we shouldn't let that deter us. It's a complementary process. As we're tackling insecurity, we're also focusing on economic development. And economic development would help us to tackle insecurity, because many of the people who are also involved in these opportunistic criminal acts are victims themselves.